Hi. Nice to meet you.
Hello, Luke.
Hi. Hi, nice to meet you too. Hey, how are y'all doing? I'm Luke Varadi. I'm in the 11th grade, and I'm 17 years old. So many people may have heard of the saying, I fish, therefore I lie. Well, I guess you could say it's true in some ways. Many people, when they get back to the ramp, the first thing that they're asked is, how big was the fish you caught? And usually I'm maybe about that big, but after rethinking it, it's probably actually that big. So my goal with my business, Real Fly Charters, is to have people stick with that made-up fish and the big one, and trying to make that come true. So my mission statement is to provide a fun, safe, educational time on the water. I'm very knowledgeable of the local area. I've lived here almost all my life, so I'm very familiar with the waterways, and I'm able to share history about the Charleston area, such as like in the harbor. And my opportunity, Charleston is like constantly being voted one of the top tourist destinations in the world, and even like the Today Show is here just recently, and they were also nominated or chosen by Condé Nast as the top tourist destination in the world. And so with that, many people are moving to the area, and so since it's a top tourist destination, I'm able to target those tourists, and also since more people are going to be moving to the area because they just fall in love with the place. I mean, who can't? They're going to want to learn how to fish, and that's going to be my goal. And the type of business is a service, and I'm able to just providing like a fun educational time on the water. And I'm going to be set up as a sole proprietorship. I'm going to be working as an individual. I chose this type of business because it's relatively easy to start up, and I have just about all the qualifications in order to get started. So I'm ready to go. But I've been fishing. I'm qualified for this business because I've been fishing for 14 years, and I've also worked in the local tackle shop, and I'm able to like learn various techniques, and I'm very familiar with like what you need to catch. I'm good at giving advice, and I'm also very easy to talk to, and very cautious on the water. Like I'm aware of like I'm not going to take any chances when I'm out there. So the fishing industry, this is recreational fishing. It's a $70 billion industry, which is just huge. And I'm going to be targeting the residents and tourists in the Charleston area. And the number of residents in the Charleston area is 120,000. And then the amount of tourists that come in is over 4 million people. And so from that, I'm going to be targeting the people in the upper middle class who make over $75,000 a year. So it was very difficult to find a number of the tourist financials who come to visit here since they're just constantly coming and going, and it's hard to just keep track about that number. So I estimated about half of those people were qualified with the upper middle class status, and so that leaves. And then also I surveyed my members of my target market and found out that 83% of the people who I surveyed did want to like pursue to purchase a spot on one of my charters. And so this leaves me with a potential market of 1,660,000. And my demographics is I'm going to be targeting families of 3 to 5. Mainly that number because I do have a smaller boat, but I'm able to accommodate them with another boat. I'm available to 2 boats. I own my own boat, and then we also have another boat. And my geographics, I have a capability of trailering my boat to different locations, so I'm able to go where the customer wants to go. So say like they're staying somewhere on the Wando River, I'm able to travel to that destination. I just want to make it as easy as possible for the customer. And my psychographics, it's going to be people who enjoy family time out on the water, fishing. And buying pattern is I really want to focus on customer loyalty, because when people come back to the area, they're going to want to fish again if they had already fished with me in previous times. So I want them to make sure that they have a good, safe, educational time on the water, and so like they'll be coming back in the future. And also I'm going to be targeting professionals coming for business meetings, who they just go out with a couple of guys that they work with. It's just like a really good bonding experience, and it's really fun. And so to start off my pricing, I'm starting off relatively competitive because I need to build up a reputation. So down the road, once I build up my reputation, I will be able to charge slightly higher prices than my competitors. And the people that I'm going to target, I'm going to make a website, and with that website, I'm going to publicize it on like local fishing forums. There's numerous amounts of them. And also, I'm going to strategically locate brochures, such as in hotel lobbies or top tourist destinations. And my product, it's a very unique product. And my place, I'm going to be located all throughout the Charleston area, just meeting the customer's needs, competitively priced. And also, in order to get started and make sure that my marketing strategy is working, I'm going to have a 5% off coupon on my brochure just to make sure that that marketing strategy is working, and I want to keep pursuing that. My initial advertising, I'm going to have to spend $165 on printing brochures, and then with my sales promotion and everything, my total monthly promotional expense amounts to $317.50. And my materials, which I need for each unit of sale, is gasoline, tackle, bait, and I will provide drinks. And so this, with my labor, this provides $166 for my cost of my service. And my selling price is going to be $350. And so after all my expenses are subtracted, I will be left with $154 as my contribution margin. So my insurance, that's a really important thing with this industry because there is a lot of liability involved. So I may have my client sign a waiver, like releasing me of any, not like saying that there are going to be risks, but in the case of a risk, that they release me from that liability. And also depreciation, I'll be using my boat a lot more, so that means like I'm going to be losing value on my boat, so which averages my total average monthly fixed expenses to $412.50. On my new business, I'm going to be spending about 63 hours on it with school and everything. And my monthly sales projection, as you can tell, my sales peak is starting in April and goes throughout September. That's just like the peak tourist season, but also in January, February, I'm still going to have, I mean, you can fish all year round, so there's constantly going to be people wanting to come purchase one of my charters. So in order to break even monthly, I'm going to have to sell 3 units. With my yearly income statement, first year, I'm hoping to make $22,720, and this is just going to be on weekend charters, and then down the road, we'll see how my business is running, and maybe I could even make it into my full-time business so that I can work even during the week, especially during the peak season. So my startup expenditures, I do have to obtain my captain's license first in order to be certified with like the Coast Guard, and that's going to cost a total of $1,650, and then leading to my startup investment of $3,712.50. So my dollar equivalency on the return of sales is 77 cents, and for my return on investment, it's $7.20. And in order to finance my business, I have $1,500 saved up, and for my parents, I'm going to ask for over $800 and then look towards an investor for the rest of the remaining amount. So in order to, my business responsibility, I'm going to be using eco-friendly products, practicing catch and release to ensure that there's a future in the fishery. And I'll also support local organizations such as the Joe's Buddy Foundation and the Juvenile Diabetes Foundation, because I do have diabetes myself, so I'd like to give back to them. And also my short-term goals, I'm wishing to obtain my captain's license and just spend more time on the water and just be able to just gain more experience so I can handle each situation. And long term, I hope to be on like a fishing show, gain publicity. And then for my personal goals, I plan to attend the College of Charleston, obtaining a BS in business. And I'd also like to educate the youth on fishing because they are the future of the fishing industry. And I'll plan to run my business as long as possible and just sharing my skills because I have such a passion for fishing. I'd like to thank you for your consideration, and I don't want you to be one of those people that has to lie. I want you to complete your fish story. Are there any questions?
You said, I think, half the market was a potential for fishing.
Mm-hmm. Yes.
That seems kind of optimistic. Don't most of these people kind of come and stroll around and go to shops and walk around?
Mm-hmm. Yes.
How many of those people actually go fishing?
Well, there are a good bit that I mean, a lot of people they want to go fishing, and well, like the main thing I want people to see like different views of Charleston, because when people come to visit Charleston, they're not able to see like the backwaters, and I mean it's just like amazing, just like all the oysters and just being able to see everything. So they're not only coming to fish, they're also coming to see the local environment and just like the natural resources that Charleston has to offer.
So will you do charters that are just more so for tourists? Because you said on one of your slides, no fish, no fee.
Yes. Well, yeah. Well, with that, I guarantee fish. Like I've been out in almost every situation. I'm able to catch fish, but if for some circumstance I'm not able to, I will allow like another charter on top of that, just to make sure like they had a good time. I want to ensure that they had a good time. I don't want them to go back and be like, oh man, we spent so much money and now we didn't even get to catch. I'm not satisfied with that. My main thing is going to be customer satisfaction. So that's where that comes from.
So how do you get that brochure into the hands of the prospects?
Well, the thing is, I'm going to put it in top tourist destinations for first, and also in hotel lobbies. And then also with that coupon, people will be able to spread it to different places, like hand it to their friends. Oh, check this out. This guy, he's offering a promotion for 5% off his business. And so that'll really just show me that people are being able to get it. I'm just going to try to put it in as many places as possible, which is why that was part of my monthly expenses, because I'm going to be doing that monthly just so I can have as many out there as possible, a million brochures as possible. Are there any other questions? Okay, well, thank you for your time.